Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? I hope we're all doing just fine today. We're gonna play some Pow World. We're gonna play a little bit of Pow World today. Which, if you haven't heard of Pow World, what rock are you living under? It's huge right now. Um, yeah, we're gonna play some Pow World. Today, let me actually fix my lights real quick. Okay. Um, we have a little bit of music in the background. And yeah, we're gonna play some Power World. I am starving to death. Let's fix that. I'm actually gonna turn the game audio up a little bit just so you guys can actually hear it a little better. There we go. We got some food in us and we're healing again. This is a world I haven't played in a whole lot, but got a little bit of hours in there. Um, Real quick, I'm actually gonna get chat up because I don't have it up currently. Uh, yeah, this is not a planned stream like the D&D streams. This is very spur of the moment. I had some time. I had nothing really going on, so I thought, why not? We'll hop in and play a game for a couple hours and just enjoy each other's company for a little bit. But yeah. Plus, it's a nice, relaxing game. I had a long day at work today, and this is a nice game to just kind of relax with. Go ahead and cook up some berries. There we go. I'm going to do one thing though, just because I'm watching the levels. Stuff peaking. I'm going to turn the music down just a tad because it might be a bit loud. But yeah, so we're still pretty early game here. Haven't done a whole lot. Advancement level wise with tech, I mean, we're level 7, so we can only go so far. We just got the logging site and stone pit. Can I upgrade this? No, I need to build a crusher, and then I can upgrade it. Yeah, I know it's been a little bit since I've actually done any kind of gaming content. Most of my stuff has been more, as of late has been just like strictly D&D based. And I mean, that's my brand. It's what I enjoy, the most, for sure. And frankly, if we're being entirely honest with each other, it is the easiest of my content to make. Because I'm already playing the game, you know, D&D, and so it's just, you know, taking that and streaming it. It is the easiest content for me to make. But even with that being said, I do still enjoy doing this content. We're just hanging out, playing a game for a little bit with you guys. I do still very much enjoy that, and I want to make more time to do it. I like streaming more than I do recording. That's what I was gonna do, was record and edit something, but I'm like, with my school schedule and work schedule, I just don't have time for all that. So, it's honestly best, you know, just to do this. Sit down, stream a game for a little bit, and then just put it up on YouTube as a VOD. With the time I've got, that's honestly my best thing I can do. But yeah, how's the friend? I am fantastic. How are you today? Hope you are doing well. All right. Trying to think of what I want to do right now. I guess we could go capture some more lamb balls, because they are... I actually have a mission to go do that. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Go find some. What am I up to? I'm currently playing some Pal World, and just kind of chatting, you know. We're just kind of hanging out, chatting, while playing a rather relaxing game. And I'm currently looking for these guys. There we go. I feel bad. Oh, I feel so bad, but at the same time, I need to do it. I have to capture them. Oh, another. No, I missed. How did I miss that? I'm ashamed that I missed that. Okay, there we go. Is that gonna be number 5? I think that's number 5. Maybe? No, that's number 4. I need one more. Although I did level up, we might as well upgrade real quick. We'll go ahead and put one in stamina. Also, while you're here, if anything like the music or game or even me, if anything's too loud, be sure to let me know and I can go ahead and fix that. I haven't done gaming content in a little while, so I'm kind of trying to get back in the swing of things and like get all my audio levels where they need to be. But we're getting there. We're getting back into the swing of it, slowly but surely. Also, a lot of the art that you see on screen here is done by one of the many artists in the community. I have various people, mainly people that I currently, they're in my D&D game that I stream every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. In our D&D game, there's a lot of artists in there, and so a lot of the art you see on screen is done by them. Some of them take commissions, some of them don't. I'm starting to get their info in the Discord. That way, you know, if they do take commissions, they can be commissioned. Currently, I only have one person's info in there, and that's mainly on me. I just... life has been busy, and I haven't gotten around to getting the rest. And that's my bad, but we're getting there. Oh, I got the wrong person. I meant to get the lamb, and I got the cat instead. Ow. Bad lamb. Okay, here, let's get the cat. Get the lamb. There we go. Okay. Oh, you're angry too? I mean, I wasn't planning to capture you, but I guess I get XP the more I capture, so I might as well just go around and capturing what I can. There we go. So we got all the lambs we needed to. It does say I need to capture 10 more pals. How many? I have 4 more. Let's go make some more owl spheres so we can go capture some more. It's the free labor, not Pokemon game. Exactly. Exactly it is. And also welcome, welcome Brant. Yeah, listen, they are all here. Look at how happy this one is. Like, so happy. No, look at that smile. And best part of the game, absolute best part of the game, is you can pet all of them. It's great. I love it. It makes me so happy on the inside. Okay. So, I need more pal spheres. That is what I need. Also, my elephant is on top of the statue. It's fine. Okay, cook those. How many can we make? 11? Yeah, might as well. Might as well. But, yeah, I'm honestly really excited for a lot of the things that are coming up here soon. For, like, life stuff, channel stuff, really all of it. Some point soon I'm gonna be, you know, getting my own apartment, and I will probably be taking a break from both D&D related content as well as just general content for like a couple weeks while the move happens. Just because if any of you have moved, it is painful. it is pain. It's a lot of work. You can't really see it in the background because a lot of it's off camera, and a lot of it is actually not even in the room right now. But there were so many boxes just piled in the background. You might have even been able to see it in the last D&D stream. This past Saturday, like, I think at that point I still had boxes in here, although could be my memory wrong. But, yeah, no, it was bad. It was a lot. But, like, that's just what happens sometimes, you know, you just have a lot of, you know, boxes for moving and whatnot, and, you know, do what you can. Excuse me. Ooh. But, what am I trying to say? My brain is failing me. That just tells me I need another sip of coffee. There we go. All better. Go ahead and throw these guys in there. Well, we'll take this. Yeah, we'll take this one and this one with us. What happened? Say hello. Got something to work on, so I can't say. That is perfectly fine. Thank you for stopping by, even if for a little bit, though. It's always nice having you stop by. But yeah, I'll tell you what though, when it comes to, you know, life events, I usually, like, I talk a lot about, like, my life events and everything on stream. I'm not really, like, super shy about it. See you later, Brent. But, yeah, I'm not super shy about any of it, because, like, it's whatever. But when it comes down to, like, I was trying to figure out what I was doing. There we go. Like life events, yeah. I mean, I've got the move. I got someone moving up here. We're gonna be moving in together. And then, I mean, obviously, I work and school and all of that. So, you know, college. So, it's definitely a lot going on, a lot on the plate right now. But I'm managing it, and you know, I think managing it decently well. And I think that at the end of the day, things are going well. I think things are going pretty well. Because with the move, you know, I've basically done most of what I can. I can still pack up some stuff, but I've got a month to do that. Technically, 2 months until I really have to have it all packed up. And then as far as like school and work, I mean, that's all kind of just happening passively. My school is, I go to a college, not like a trade school or anything, but what I do is a trade. I solder, which if you're not familiar, that's, you know, like circuit boards and computers and stuff. My job is to fix those, and then my school is teaching me the ins and outs of circuit boards, from both like making the actual board to the components to all of that. Some people might find that really incredibly boring or drab, but I actually really enjoy it. And it's interesting because I found something, and I didn't think I would do this. I genuinely thought I would get into a job where I hated it, but I ended up finding a job that I liked enough that I'm not only doing it as a job, but also in school and also as a hobby. I literally will just go on like Amazon or heck even Temu and Wish and places like that, and you can find like really cheap DIY solder kits, and some of them are like really goofy, kind of useless stuff, and then some of it is like for Christmas, for example. I made my sister a Bluetooth speaker. Like, obviously I didn't buy the parts, design it or anything, but it was a kit that I had to put together with the skills I learned in school and work, and made a Bluetooth speaker. And it honestly, not to toot my own horn, but it sounds great. I just went online and found it was like $20. No, not quite 20. It was less than that. It was pretty cheap. Whatever it was, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was pretty cheap. And yeah, a Bluetooth speaker, and it sounds fantastic. It also does have like an FM radio function too, which is kind of cool. And then I actually made my boyfriend a alarm clock as well. Not because necessarily needed it or anything, but just because, you know, it was cool. It has lights and it's in the shape of like a heart, so it's kind of, you know, kind of corny, kind of cheesy, but I made it with my own 2 hands, and I'm proud of that, honestly. It's fulfilling to have something like that you do that is just that fulfilling, that not only do you do it as school work, but a hobby as well. And I fully am a adamant supporter of, like, if you could find something like that you enjoy enough to do it that much, do it. If you're someone who likes working with your hands, there's trades out there you can do. I will say, I apologize, there's an ad that's about to start. I cannot control that. So, yeah, I apologize. However, that means there will be no pre-roll ads for a while. Which is good for people that are just joining. So, bear with me and bear with the ad if it hasn't already started. I don't know. It doesn't say it has. But bear with me. It's not that long. Like a minute, I think. I'll just be resource gathering for the most part. Oh, we need a crusher. Let me go get some palladium fragments. It's all over already. Oh, that's awesome, actually. Yeah, because that is one thing I've noticed, right? Is that when it comes to Twitch, and this is one of my gripes with it, is they're really kind of stingy with, or not stingy, but it's kind of crappy with the ads. Because right now it says for me, it just told me that it started. And it's minute 30 seconds, so I don't know if it just started for you or if it's not. I have no idea. So I see your question, but I'm worried to answer because I don't know if you can see it. So I'm gonna wait a few seconds and then we'll go from there. Twitch's system, what I was getting at though, is kind of cruddy when it comes to ads, I'm gonna be honest. And there's only so much I can actually do about it. So it kind of sucks. You're here to see. So I am in D&D. I am mostly, what character? I'm mostly the DM. I am the dungeon master. However, when I play as a player, often I lean towards paladins, not for any particular reason, although one of my favorite characters I've ever played, and one I'm actually currently playing in a not streamed game, is a paladin named Wolfgang, and he is a sweet-talking southern guy who was an Oathbreaker. So he joined in the game when the game had already been going for a little while. And so Wolfgang was a paladin of a place known as the Sanctum, who is like the primary religious organization in the world. One of the largest, if not the largest. And he was a very devoted paladin to the god of order and justice. However, at one point in the world's history, up until very, very recently in the campaign, the gods had entirely gone silent. And that just so happened to happen around the same time that Wolfgang, my character, uncovered a lot of corruption in his church. And specifically his, like, direct boss. And so he noticed the corruption about the same time as the gods went silent, and he had a crisis of faith. Not only was he a paladin in Order of Oath of Devotion paladin, he's also an Asimar. And so he went from a, protector with the holy wings, and he fell. He fell hard. He ended up having that crisis of faith due to his god going silent along with all the others, his church being found out to be super corrupt. He just kind of had a break, and as a paladin for that order, he fully went into the idea of, like, not celibacy, that's not the word I'm looking for, but like the idea of I'm not gonna do drugs, I'm gonna not drink a lot of alcohol, like I'm gonna try to be as holy as possible. Like that was his backstory. But by the time he actually joined the party, because at the point he joined, I was playing sorry, this is backstory. I was playing a character at the time that was a good character, like good aligned. The party we were playing with started to go more evil aligned. However, that changed pretty quickly and they became good again. But they started to do some kind of evil things, and I didn't feel that my character that was good fit anymore. Not Wolfgang, different character. And so I talked to the DM and I was like, hey, don't think this guy fits. I don't want him to die, but I want him to go off and do some other things. And we just so happened to be in an area that fit. So steps in Wolfgang. At that point, Wolfgang comes in. He was built to be an evil character. He was a character who fell, who was an oath breaker, who, by his very nature, despite his backstory being, him being a good guy until everything happened, the things that he did, he was a bounty hunter. He killed people. He was ruthless. And so that is the character I brought to the table because the party was going in an evil direction. The party started going evil, and so I came up with a pretty evil character who you could still sympathize with. And then when the party started to turn more good again, I actually got to redeem him. And he, at his current state, Wolfgang, at his current state, he is no longer a fallen Asimar, although he's still an Oathbreaker. But not because he's evil or anything, but because he just does not believe in the church and what they stand for anymore, and does not feel that he needs to take an oath. At the end of the day, him taking an oath under this church that he does not believe in anymore, it feels like he would be going against something he believes in. And so that's kind of why he's not doing that. It's just because it wouldn't feel right to him. And so he is still a Oathbreaker, but he's a lawful good Oathbreaker paladin, who follows the god of death. The god of death in this world took over the position of order and justice, and so he naturally went and followed him. Sounds like your kobold artificer from Strahd. Strahd is fun. I will say that. I was in a Strahd campaign. Same DM that runs the campaign I was just talking about. It started to run a Strahd campaign. It didn't last super long. I had it was a Kenku rogue. I know, very original. But it was fun. It was fun. But Kobold Artificer, that honestly just sounds fun. It reminds me of a combination. Me and a friend of mine were gonna do. I was gonna be a Goblin Artificer, and they were gonna be like a Warforged something. I forget exactly what their thing was gonna be. It was a Warforged something. But yeah, it was gonna be great. Okay. Sandbag. And there we go. And then do I have someone? Yeah, I could assign you, I guess. Oh, I forgot I don't have a bed for the new one. We'll put it here. I definitely could be laying out my little camp here so much better, but I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm doing, so there we go. Although I do think I'm gonna, real quick, another berry plant. Artificers, though, are probably my favorite class, which I know isn't like the hottest steak in the world. Like, they're a fun class to play. Who wouldn't love it? But like, yeah, no, artificers are a lot of fun. It's funny because artificers are such a versatile class to play. There's so much you can do with it. But also it just allows for a lot of creativity. And I think that's what I love about it so much, is it has the same level of creativity, in my opinion, as like a bard, but in a completely different way. And they're a lot of fun. I've had a lot of different artificers I've played, or at least some ideas I've come up with, and then some that I've played. And not a single one of them are the same. It is the funniest thing to me. None of them are. Artificer, when I joined the party, became a paladin. Full character rework under DM direction when he decides to fight the nature of himself. Wow. That's nuts. That's pretty crazy. So that's interesting. A artificer to a paladin. I mean, obviously I don't know a ton of background about the character, but just going off of that is a massive jump. I mean, what subclass was your artificer? Was it armor by chance? Or was it like, because in my head I'm going like, okay, artificer to paladin, I could definitely see that jump, you know, if it's an armorer, because armorer gets the, you know, they are armor specialists. And so, like, the heavier armor makes sense. Armorer, battlesmith. Okay. I can definitely see that jump a little more naturally now. That does make sense. But yeah, I mean, sounds fun. I really do want to like mess around at some point with just really weird combination like that. Because that's my favorite thing to do when it comes to D&D, is just like come up with some weird, kind of crazy combinations. Some that don't really seem to fit, but makes a fun character. Oh, where's Tony Stark? Got it. Got it. Well, hey, that's fair. Yeah, bonk. Ah, no. Not the bonks. No, I think my favorite artificer character I played, it was in an evil party. Or the party wasn't necessarily evil in the beginning. We said fuck the system because the system was really corrupt. Like, the world leaders and everything of this world were incredibly corrupt and just overall not great people. And so our party kind of went on an evil route, and I made an airship, which was the first airship in the entire world. We got a ton of money from doing like fight pits and other things like that. And since we had all this money, I spent every dime I had, and a little bit of my friends because they contributed, and we made an airship / tavern, because it had a tavern on it, because why not? And because it was the first airship in the entire world, the governments of the world came to my artificer and said, hey, we'll pay you a ton of money and give you military contracts, make you basically a military contractor with rank and everything, if you give us the plans to these airships. So what my artificer did was he gave them the plans for the airship. He gave him all of his plans, except included one little detail in all of their plans that wasn't in his. It was a weak spot. Something that he basically was like, hey, this is a flaw, I know, however, it's necessary for it to function. He lied well enough that they believed it. And so he had an airship with no flaws, because he was a genius. They had airships, a lot of them, that had a flaw. It was basically like, if you've ever seen Rogue One, the Star Wars movie, there's like the weak spot in the Death Star that's programmed in there. It's basically that, but on all of the airships. And so he had all of this. He bid his time. I think that's the correct grammar. And basically their plan was to overthrow the government. However, his love interest, one of the other players, was a paladin named Mark, and this Mark Paladin was basically the avatar for the god of death. We'll just call the god of death in this world Satan. It's not Satan, it's actually a giant dragon, like massive dragon. However, for the sake of simplicity, we'll just call it Satan. And so this lover of my character, who is the avatar for the god of death, said, hey, I need to summon my deity into the mortal world. But there's only a few ways to do that, and one of them is intense, massive bloodshed. So, what is the best way that my arsonist, chaotic, evil artificer can think to do that? Well, I'm so glad you asked. He decided the best way to do that is send in a strike team, because, like I said, he became a military contractor. He was given soldiers. He had an airship, a massive airship that he was constantly upgrading that had a railgun on it. Well, what he did was he basically convinced all of these military men who were part of this government we were overthrowing, he convinced them all to follow him instead of the government. He was pretty smooth talking. They went on lots of dangerous journeys together, and they saw him as the captain, as their leader, and they would follow him to the ends of the earth. So they went on a ton of adventures, and all the meanwhile, he harvested black powder and different things, or made black powder, and basically made a ton of explosives. And they got taken and put within the capital, and then the party died. There was a TPK that happened before they could go through with their plan, the intense bloodshed to summon the god of death. Before that could happen, they died in the funniest way possible. They were attacked by giant ducks. Well, not all giant ducks, but an army of ducks, because my character, through a series of unfortunate events, angered the duck gods. Which is the wackiest thing ever, but it happened. Angered the duck gods, and, oh, you saved. That's annoying. Come on. Capture the milk pocket. There we go. Oh, come on. I didn't want to have to kill you, I wanted to capture you. That's annoying. Anyway, character angered the duck gods, and so they sent a flock of ducks that we were flying to the capital in our airship for the final battle. What our plan was, again, this didn't happen, but this is what we wanted to happen, was we went into the F and chat for milk pocket, yes. Our party on the airship were flying to the capital. Our plan was that we were going to fly into the capital, using that weak point in all of the other airships that they had in the Empire's army, we were going to utilize that weak point to blow all of the other airships up while we sailed right on by. And in fact, we were even hailed as heroes in the capital, so we had free passage. They never would have expected this coming until it was too late. However, the ducks attacked on the way there. They slammed into the airship, flying through all the windows, and started to attack. During that time, one of the other players who had been talking to the DM in private, and also kind of not and kind of surprised the DM with some of the details, but nobody was upset about it. We all love this. He was somebody who was this player, their character, was somebody hired to kill us because we were terrorists. We killed a lot of people. Again, we were an evil party. So this other player character, this kind of assassin, was sent to kill us, and so he sabotaged the airship's engine and set it to explode, putting some of the bombs by the engine. And because of the nature of the airship, this would have blown up the whole thing. It wouldn't have just been the engine going down. It would have, if done correctly, would have just killed us all. And so it would have Hindenburged us, basically, if you get what that means. It would have Hindenburged us. But we fought a little bit. We fought the ducks. After the first bomb did explode but didn't blow up the engine entirely, my character and Mark, this Herald of Death, ran down to the engine room to try to save it, basically. Try to save the ship. However, it was deemed impossible. We were out in the middle of the sea with no land in sight. And the worst part of it all is we were surrounded by ducks hell-bent on our destruction. And so, my character, with his bundle of grenades strapped across his chest, spoke over the loudspeaker to the remaining soldiers on board. He said, "It's been an honor to be your captain." And then he pulled the pin, and he blew the entire ship up with everyone on it. It was a TPK. However, we already had all the bombs in place in the capital of the Empire. And when they all exploded, it created a pentagram out of trenches of blood throughout the city, so wide that it was enough to summon the god of death, who destroyed the world. So in the end, we won. Even though our characters did not live to see the end, we won. I know that was very long-winded, but that is one of my favorite stories of a D&D game. It's fantastic. Have you been using your lift move? I have. I do need 2 more in order to... Because I have 2 currently, but I need 2 more to actually get an upgrade, because I need 4 for my next upgrade. But, yes. Yes, I have. I don't think I have enough stamina for this. I definitely don't have enough stamina for this, but that's okay. Because eventually, sometime soon, I will be getting a bird like that one, and then it won't matter. Well, once I have the saddle and the bird, it won't matter. Although, I have a megasphere. I'm going to go ahead and try and capture one of these guys, because, yeah. I'm out of arrows. Maybe I won't be doing that. Never mind. I didn't realize I was out of arrows. I do think I'm going to go grab this fast travel point over here, though. I'm going to use it to head home. And then I'm going to make some more arrows, because I would like to get a bird. Like ASAP. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know how much you've played of this game, but having one of those like giant flying creatures as a mount is game-changing. It is so unbelievably game-changing. It makes getting around so easy. I am going to, however, use my handy dandy spear to take down a couple foxbarks, though, because I need more fire organs. Because I actually... Yeah, primitive furnace, there we go. That is what I was looking for. How many do I actually have? I have 9. Yeah, that's plenty. Okay. But yeah, honestly, getting any kind of mount in this game is great. The deer are fantastic for combat, but the bird is the best. It is literally the best ever. I didn't know there was a dungeon here. That's cool. I definitely don't think I am quite ready for anything like that, but that's okay. That is okay. Where's my phone? There it is. Okay. Keeping an eye on the time because I do have classes tomorrow. We're gonna make a 3-shot bow because that is also better than what I have. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and work speed. There we go. Make it a little faster. Actually gonna lean back a little bit. I've been kind of sitting forward this whole time and I'm realizing how much my back hurts. I feel old and I'm not. I mean, at least I don't think I am, but who knows, maybe I am. I'm 21, so I don't know if that's old. But I do sit like that a lot at work, so that probably contributes. Okay, how many can I make total? 28. We'll go ahead and do it, because we have a stone quarry, so I'm not really worried about stone necessarily. I'll just go ahead and do that, and then send... Can I send you? Yeah, I'll send you to work on that. The one thing I will say I haven't been using right now is the PAL souls, because I don't have any PALs I want to use them on yet. When I have some that I do, I will, but right now I'm just kind of saving them up. Soon, I won't be. And there we go, we got that going. We'll just kind of store what we can. Okay, those are getting watered. I'm trying to think of what I even need to do right now. Oh, I need to make a primitive furnace. Which we have everything but stone. And now we have stone. I will say I don't actually think I'm even gonna make it here. I want to check something real quick. Where is my this? There we go. Okay, we can only have one base right now, so we're gonna have to make it here. What I was looking at is there is a location, I think it's a little bit this way, to the like northwest. It's like right over there somewhere, that just has a ton, and I mean a ton, of these big chunks of ore. And I found that if you just set up a base there, you almost never run out of iron ingots. Like, just set up a bunch of the fire guys and mining guys, and then some transport guys, and like they will just constantly do that. Set up a couple berry plantations with some guys to run that too, and I mean, you are set for the long haul. and never have to worry about anything again. They will take care of literally everything. It becomes almost entirely self-sufficient at that point. Like, obviously you have to take the ore, put it in the furnaces, but like, other than that, it is almost entirely self-sufficient. It is fantastic. Also, I only have to capture 2 more pals, and I will complete that objective, and then the only objective I'll have left is the Rain Syndicate Tower one, which I have a strategy for. I might try to get that done by the end of this stream, because I think I can. Maybe. There's an item I have to make at the PAL workbench that I don't know if I have the ability to make yet. I mean, I know what I need to do to make it. I just don't know if I'm high enough level yet. There's a certain PAL I have to find, which I'll wait till nighttime to get. But, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Also, I'm saying this not just for the people in the chat right now, but also for people that might watch this, you know, in the future as a VOD. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to give a subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to give a follow. And as far as, like, other content I do, if you're not already aware, I do D&D stuff. I do stream D&D campaign called Iadithis. It's every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what other time that would be for those of you in different time zones. I apologize. But 6 p.m. Eastern. That is actually posted on the About Pay or the Schedule tab. I believe I have that over there so you can see it. But also, not just that, the VOD, which I'm a little behind. I apologize. I'm working on it. The VOD is going to be posted in 2 places. On Spotify as a video podcast, as well as on... Oh god. Nope. I fell. And I'm on fire. Spotify is a video podcast, but also on YouTube as a... what's it? What's it? Just like a VOD, a video. That's what I'm trying to say. So you can find it in those 2 places. 3 if you count here. 3 if you count here, but Spotify and YouTube as VODs. So definitely, I suggest you go check all that out. I'd appreciate it. I put a lot of work into the D&D campaign, so any viewership of it is highly always appreciated. Stuff like that's the actual streaming of it's easy. The creation of the story, the narrative, all of that is less so. So any viewership is appreciated. But with that little info dump of mine out of the way, yeah, that's it. I got nothing else. I need to put the ingots somewhere. Put them in here for now. 12, that's actually pretty good for only gathering a little while. Oh, let's condense a couple things down here just so that we're not wasting space. I hope this guy finish up the arrows real quick so I can actually move on to something else I need. There we go, just make some more pal spheres, because you can never have enough of those. Always gonna need more. I'm not gonna worry about doing that. But it's actually nighttime, so I'm gonna go and start looking for a specific pal that should be in this area. I should be able to see them from a pretty good distance as well. because they glow with purple light. At least they're usually in this area. Maybe they're not going to be right now, but they usually are. Also, I'm just now realizing there is a Lift Monk effigy here, so I'm going to go grab that. This actually, so this world, I have another one where I'm much farther along. This one was going to be a multiplayer world with a friend of mine. However, I just, I was able to get my game to work, and theirs sadly was not working, so I just started playing myself. Also, that right there, the Daydream, is what I'm looking for. I just need to not kill. Ah, come on. I need to not kill it. Let me. Much as I love having a little buddy out, I guess I can't. Because I need to capture them, not kill them. Reason I need these specifically for the boss fight is because with these things, they have very decently powerful attacks, and there's a item you can make with the PAL workbench that allows you to keep them out, because normally you can only have one PAL out at a time. Excuse me, PAL out at a time. I can't speak. But when it comes to these little guys, if you get this specific item made for them, you can keep a ton of them out at a time, because you have a total of 5 pals you can have in your party. If you put 4 Daydreams and then 1 of something else, or heck, you could technically do 5 Daydreams if you want, they will, all the Daydreams in your party will be out at one time, in addition to whatever that other 5th thing is. I just need 1 more technology point, and then I have the thing I need to actually make that. Or at least I have it unlocked. What is the materials? Leather, fiber, paldium, which the paldium I can make. Fiber I can make if I need to. What is... How much leather do I have? That is the one unknown here, because I don't think I have a ton. Which I can always go hunt for some, but I was hoping I'd have it already. Because if I get 1 technology point, I can go ahead and do that. And how many Daydreams do I have already? I have 2. Which one is ferocious, which is cool. I'm going to go ahead and put all these guys away. Because what I'm actually... Oops. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get 4 Daydreams, and then there is a boss I'm going to go get. Because there's a specific, and I'm so sorry it's so dark, I just have no source of light right now. There is a specific boss that I like to use against the big boss that I'm going to go fight at the tower. Because I do believe I'm high enough level, especially with the 3-shot bow and the armor I have, to beat it. I think I should be high enough level to beat it. That one's going to pop out, I think. Oh, no. Okay. There we go. So we now have 4 of these little guys, and then there's just a boss we need to get, but I'm going to use... gonna use what I got here to actually... Or gonna use the thing that I need to unlock, that is, the Daydream necklace, in order to fight that boss. And we actually do have enough leather, which is cool. We just need more paldium, which we can actually just get in a multitude of ways. But we'll just go ahead and use our crusher. Because why the heck not? If I can not be dumb and forget to do it. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and sleep because we got the daydreams. We have no reason to really do anything during the night. I'm thinking about it. The Foxpark harness is actually a really good item to have as well. I might go ahead and make that too. Now, this game is still in early access. One thing I do hope they do, because when it comes to the PAL Gear workbench, right? When an item is made, there's no point to making it again. But the item still stays in the list of things you can make. Because it's not like an item that takes up an inventory slot or something you have to equip to each and every one of your pals, right? That, you know, you don't need to equip a Foxpark harness to every Foxpark you have or each one you capture. They just have it. So I don't entirely know why it just stays on the list. That's okay. I will say I actually have not captured one of these guys in my other playthrough yet, because every time I go to, something happens and they despawn. So we're going to go ahead and do that in this playthrough, because I still don't know what they do. Just because I've failed to capture any. Wow, they annihilated that guy so hard. I do want to see what its abilities are, because maybe it's actually really good and has all the stuff I've always been needing. We're going to find out. Alright, what you got, buddy? Not really. Okay, not super great, but that's okay. I am going to, however, because we have an absurd amount of wool. We don't really need more right now. This guy is the Vanguard trait, which I believe makes him really good here. Few details. Their attack. Yeah, I mean, I might as well put this guy here. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead real quick because I think we have enough material, or at least we can get enough material to make both the harness and the necklace. So we'll go ahead and do that. I think after crafting this, I might have enough XP for the next level too, which will allow me to just go ahead and craft the necklace, which would be awesome. Or unlock the necklace, I mean, so that I can craft it. I am 18 XP away. I am so close. I am 14 away. Oh, come on, just happen. Just give me what I need. I mean, we'll just cook, I guess. We'll just stand here and cook till we've leveled up. Also, I apologize if things are lagging a bit. I don't know. Stuff's been weird. Okay. There we go. Could make a wooden gate. High quality workbench. Okay, hold on. I don't want to forget, though. Let's make that most important. Okay, and then high quality workbench, metal pickaxe, and then we'll have to unlock the metal axe later. Let's go ahead and do weight so we can carry more. Now, I don't know. We don't quite have enough to make any of that yet. But that's a-okay with me. We still need to make the hot spring, but we don't have the stuff for it. We did unlock the Daydream necklace, though. I gotta find out what we're short on, though. Haldium fragments, which I can actually just... I can just run and get those real quick. There's some over here. Let's go ahead and eat some food. Feed our guys too, get them all tip-top. There we go. And then we only need 3, but we'll just grab all 5 that we can get from this vein. And then we'll go head back and make our necklace. And once we've done that, we'll be able to go ahead and go fight that boss, the mini-boss. Which I think is a little high level for me, but with the Daydream necklace, I think should be fine. We've got a good amount of arrows, good amount of really everything we would need. So I'm not too worried there. We just need to make sure we hit with the Megasphere, because that's what we need to capture it, I think. At least it makes it a better chance to. And then we'll be good, because yeah, this is it's not like the best boss in the world for fighting it. There's definitely one that is better, but yeah. Also, as you can see, there are 4 in my party, and they are still there despite the fact that I brought out the Tansy. So yeah, it's a good upgrade to get if you can. They will attack when you attack. It's just all around good. There's no reason to really not do it, to not get these guys. It's just a good thing to do all around. Good, make some more arrows, because despite the fact I have a good amount, you can never have enough. Especially because this boss we're going to be fighting, if I run out of arrows, it could be bad. Also, I technically don't just need arrows for one boss fight, but 2. Because there's the one that I need to fight the bigger boss, and then the bigger boss. And it's actually... I'm currently level 11. Which, you know, is good. But it's going to be a little while before I get to level... whatever it is where I get the first gun. Level 21. It's a while before you get the next gun, or the first gun. There's technically, if you want to be technical about it, the first thing that classifies as a gun is a grappling gun, but I don't count that. And you could count the crossbow, but I also don't count the crossbow. It's not a gun. So yeah. But now that we have all these guys, I suppose we can go and fight, go fight the first, like, mini-boss type thing. I know roughly where it is. It is basically right next to the giant area with all the ore veins that I talked about earlier, which is in this direction. Which is actually why the place with the ore veins is great for 2 reasons. One, because the ore veins, so you have infinite iron, basically. But also because it's right next to this sort of mini-boss, which is a great source of XP. If you can just keep fighting them. You can just basically, every time they respawn, just fight them again. It's kind of great. So yeah. Yep, it's right over here in this big open area. I'm actually going to go ahead and grab this guy as well, which, as you can see, when I attack and their ability is recharged, that is, they attack as well. I just gotta make sure I don't let them kill the thing I'm trying to capture, because they all attack at once. Oh, it escaped. Yep, there, okay, never mind. I will have to get one of those later. That is one downside to having all these guys out, though, and there's no way to put them away, is, they will just murder anything in sight. Well, murder anything in sight that you have already attacked. Okay, there it is. There's the boss. Chillette. Dancer on the plains. I will say game lagging, so I'm gonna go ahead and just lower graphical quality just a little bit. Just because, you know, at certain times it does lag a bit, and I know this might not fix it entirely, but it might help a little bit. Okay, fair amount of damage is done. And as long as it stays focused on the pals, I'm not too worried. Yeah, half its health gone basically, although it does hit pretty hard. Normally when I fight this thing I have a bit stronger pals. Just kind of use the trees as cover. Oh, I didn't mean to kill it. Okay, that's kind of an oops. Yikes, I didn't mean to do that. However, I did get an ancient technology point, which is kind of cool. Because there's a few things I can do with that. One of those things is the egg incubator, which I am going to unlock. That kind of sucks, though. I didn't want to kill it. I wanted to capture it. Yeah, that kind of throws off my plans a little bit, not gonna lie. Now it is going to respawn, so I'm not super worried there. Except for the fact that it's gonna be a little bit before it respawns. Crap. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I did unlock the egg incubator, so I'm gonna take advantage of that, and I'm gonna go ahead and, well, eat some berries. There we go, get my health back up. There are a few eggs on the, like, cliffs here. I'm gonna go collect, as well as that little effigy there. I think there's actually some, like, eggs and stuff down there. I don't know where all of them are off the top of my head. I just know that, like, when I've flown around on the bird before, you can see a lot of them pretty easy, like that one. Because it's just on the bird, it's as simple as just lying down here, where on foot you gotta kind of do a bit of climbing. There's this, which now that means we can actually go ahead and get another upgrade. Man, there's there's another one of those boss owls somewhere, and I'm trying to remember. It's not one I remember where it is off the top of my head, which is unfortunate, because it's one I actually used quite often. And there's actually, okay, so there's one pal in particular that I do need to find. I don't know where I'm gonna find it, but I gotta find it eventually. It is a pal that basically allows you to put it in the ranch, and it will print money. It quite literally just prints money. It is awesome. Speaking of printing money, hillside cavern, level 13. We'll go try it because I've got these daydreams. We'll see if it works. See what happens. See if things go well. my daydreams here or no? Okay, there they are. They just didn't spawn for some reason. But Fuddler. This is sulfur, which I know sulfur I will need at some point. I just don't need right now. Oh god, come on. Again, I'm trying to be so careful not to kill the things because, you know. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Because these guys, if I remember, are incredibly good at mining, which is good. Because you often find yourself needing that, especially for the mines. It wasn't a cave like this, not exactly this one, but it was like this that I found the thing I was referencing a little bit ago. Not the boss creature, but there was a creature that printed money, and I found it in a place like this. I just gotta keep an eye out because it is a cat. It is a black and gold cat, whose name I can't remember, but if I can find it, I have like tens of thousands of money because of it in my other playthrough. I'm just really hoping that's not what's killing them here. Mao, it is. That's it. I gotta make sure they die. Because I need that. I cannot let it die. Because I don't know where else I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna take this back. Because I've only ever seen one of them in my other playthrough, and that's it. Okay, that's probably not gonna work, but they were about to kill it, so I had to try. Okay, it worked. Yeah, because you get a ton of gold from killing them, but it's good. It's really good. Now, where did I even come from? I came from that direction, so I need to go. God, this place is huge. It has so many different branching paths. That is one thing I hope they add at some point, is some kind of marker so you know where you've been. Like you can put a marker down or something. Because it can get a little crazy trying to remember directions in these. We'll say the first one of this is the first one I've gone down where it had this many branching paths. All the others didn't. Also, I really hope I have a key to unlock this, because some require different keys. Oh, didn't need one. Cool. And I got a megasphere. I'll take it. But yeah, first thing I do when I get home to my base is putting the Mao in the ranch, because that will... I mean, it generates money fast. It generates a pretty good amount of money pretty consistently. It's great. Okay. Here we go. So, as I've been alluding to based on me talking about it a bit, I'm a D&D channel primarily, a gaming channel second. But for a long time, I compared myself to the bigger creators. Not just D&D related, like Matthew Mercer or people like that, but just in general, you know? Like, you know, let's use a gaming creator, Markiplier, you know? But for D&D, Brennan Lee Mulligan, Matthew Mercer, I compared myself to those people a lot. it wasn't until more recently where I started doing that in more of a positive way. Instead of being like, oh, you know, I'll never be like this, or, oh, they do it so much better than I could, blah, blah, blah. Like, I've started being a little more positive with it and being like, while I can't do it quite to that level, it's because of the limitations of what I have. But for what I can do, I'm doing a good job. That's kind of the mindset I've started getting into is, while yes, I can't have massive sets created by a company, you know, or paint a ton of minis or things like that. Things I would love to do, don't get me wrong. I can't do that because financially that's not feasible for me. But while I can't do that, there is so much I can do, which is this, and this. I've started being a little more positive and been like, you know, for what I can do, I do a good job. Because with D&D, there's so much you can do for free. Like for Dungeons and Dragons, you know, you can do so much without spending a single penny. And that's kind of a mindset I've gotten into more recently, because honestly, it's really easy to say, oh, I'll do better if I have this. If I spend this money on this thing, it'll make me better because I'll be able to do more. But like, you don't need it. You can do so much for free. Of course, there are limitations, but a lot of the knowledge of the game, different systems and things like that, in the game of D&D, a lot of the information can be found online nowadays. Wiki.5e is a great example of that. It is a free website that has, and it's updated with new content pretty regularly. It is a site that has like all the classes, subclasses, sub-races, races. Like, it has all of that information entirely free, updated with every new thing that comes out, pretty close to when the new content comes out. It even has Unearthed Arcana on there, which is stuff that isn't often used, but is like stuff that was maybe going to happen and come out at one point, but just never did. Coal. I didn't know coal was a thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of that. What is? Ah, okay, so it's basically when you want to make something like steel, you need coal. I mean, I'll go ahead and get some of it. Might as well. But yeah, I mean, wiki.5e, great site for free information when it comes to D&D stuff. I mean, there are other sites as well and other places that you can go ahead and find free information on. I mean, I'm a big supporter of that, right? And I mean, even dice. You can find dice bots for Discord, or, you know, other free dice rolling alternatives. You can find a lot of that online. You don't even need to buy dice. I mean, I think it's still more fun, in my opinion, to do things pen and paper, rolling physical dice. And I mean, I didn't even start playing until 2020, so I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I've been playing for so many years, I do it pencil and paper the old-fashioned way, the way it was meant to be. But, you know, I'm just kind of like, that's my preference, is just doing it pen and paper. But there's online resources as well. I mean, a very popular one, which you've probably heard of if you've been playing D&D for any amount of time, is D&D Beyond. I'm in no way, you know, I am in no way affiliated. However, just as an example of a tool, D&D Beyond, it has the online dice rolling, it has character creation, including a thing to randomly generate characters with the click of a button. Again, I am in no way affiliated, I'm just using it as an example. This is like, in nowadays world, if you are somebody who struggles, you know, financially and doesn't want to sit there, or hell, even if you're not struggling financially, you just don't want to buy the books and stuff, you don't have to. It's not like back in the day where you'd be like, well, if you want to play, you need this book, this book, this book, and this book. You can just go online, find most of the information for free, and you're fine. Also, back to game talk. There are 2 Maus that are in this area. I'm capturing them right now. I made tens of thousands fairly quickly with just 2, or sorry, just 1 of the Maus. I can have 3. It's stuck in the ceiling. Okay, I'm gonna go capture this one, and then we'll go from there. 3 would be awesome, but I would be just as satisfied with 2. I'd be just as satisfied with 2. That is more than I had. There we go. I would like to... I mean... Okay. I mean, it died, so I couldn't really capture it, but it's okay. This is new. I actually haven't explored a dungeon with this area before. This is cool. I want to check it out. Also, I don't know if there's anything down there, but I'm afraid to jump down because I don't know if I can get back up. Also, that next area looks really cool. But I'm going to thoroughly check out this area before I do anything. Let's just take a look. Looks like that's a way to climb back up, but I don't see any real reason to go down there. At least not yet. Yeah, I don't really see a reason to go down there. And actually, I might be able to see over here. Is there a reason to go the rest of the way? Does not look like it. Okay. It looks like the only real thing of interest, while this does look very cool, is forward. Onward and onward, as they say. Speaking of which, we can actually go ahead and upgrade a little bit. Tansy assault rifle, might as well. Metal axe, that's something I almost forgot about. Then as far as this, we'll go ahead and up our health because we actually haven't done that at all yet. And we're going to start getting into the area where we're fighting bosses. Were we about to get a big daydream? That'll actually be kind of exciting. Because I think that'll still be under the effect of my whole thing I've got going on. A big daydream could be really good for me. I just need to... Yeah, there we go. I'm out of arrows. Ooh. Oh no. Okay, fight, please. Fight for my honor, because I can barely fight for myself right now. I mean, I can get up close like this, but that's really dangerous for me. I glitched through the world. I just glitched entirely through the map. Okay, it reset me back to home because I fell through the world. That's a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie, considering how things were going. But that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and put our mouse there. They're gonna go ahead and do their thing, and then we're gonna go ahead and sleep. That is so sad. I'm so sad. Okay. Well, I was hoping for to get that guy, which is not gonna happen now. But that's fine. That's okay. I do think, however, I am gonna be... Can I not sleep? Is it? It's like daytime, isn't it? Yeah, it's basically daytime. Oh, they're all getting up. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I didn't want to do that. I think... I'm curious, because the Tansy assault rifle is a thing. What do I need? Wood and pallium? I can actually... I can get that pretty easy. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Just get some wood, get some pallium going. I know things are getting a little laggy right now. I can kind of tell, which... I can tell it's happening. I just don't know why. And that's a little frustrating. But is what it is, I guess. Okay. Okay, perfect. That is exactly what I was actually going to go get someone for, was to do this. They can make me paldium. I do want to check real quick. What do I even... What was it again? I need 8 more, which this is going to make that over time. Just a long time. I think I'll go while I wait for that and go mine some of our own. Where is the... There we go. I couldn't find where the handheld torch went. It's daytime, so I don't need it, but I like having it. I will say I am quite excited for the next episode of Iadithis, the D&D campaign that I got going on. I just want, you know, I want to share it with the world, and I, you know, I'm proud of it. It's something I've been pouring a lot of time and a lot of heart into. I just hope I get more viewership with it, because, yeah. Definitely hope I get more viewership with it, because, you know, the more people I can share it with, the better. And of course, what content creator online doesn't want more viewership? That's like, you know, a big part of it. So I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, I don't care. No, I do. I do. I want more people to watch it, but it's mostly just because I love it. It's a passion project, and a project it is. Because it's the world building, but I'm also doing music related stuff around it. I mean, there's a lot of components besides just the actual campaign. So yeah, I definitely want to get as much work done on it as I can. The Tansy assault rifle is incredibly interesting, considering the fact that, like, sadly, similar to most things, you can only have one out at a time. But you just activate it and they just shoot a lot. It's kind of wild. I mean, like, oh, this is awesome. I get to test out my new toy. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and show you why I find it so interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and just ratata. It just pulls out a gun and starts shooting a lot. Yeah, that was quick. They're all dead. I mean, there's some of those guys, like some non-syndicate soldiers, but like, made it pretty easy. Yeah, that was quick. Yeah. Huh. I would like to pet this very much, but it is not mine, so I can't. Although I do need to capture one in order to do things here. Oh god, I didn't want you to kill it. Okay, never mind. I can't do anything because they killed it. Sucks. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna wrap up this episode here. One, because the lag is getting nuts, and two, I just think it's for the best, so hold on. Okay. Alright. Lag was getting a bit nuts, so we're gonna just swap over to here. I hope you all enjoyed. Those of you that tuned in for this crazy little thing we got going on here. Don't forget to tune in to more D&D. I actually, so Friday at 6, both the YouTube VOD and Spotify podcast version of the Iadithus stream from the previous Saturday, this one that just passed, they will be going up. And then the next day at 6, this coming Saturday, there will be the Iadithus session for this week, where our brave adventurers continue on their adventure after just encountering a long-forgotten ruin. What they're going to find and everything that's going to go on inside, I don't know. They just last episode found what they found out to be from a man they're currently journeying with, named Joseph Stone, an ex-United States soldier. And what they found out from him is that they found a nuclear missile silo positioned in what they found to be the ruins of Paris, France. For those of you that are new to the adventure and might not be keeping up, I do recommend you go check it out. As the party is slowly starting to figure out, although they aren't entirely sure what it means, but players know now. This is a post-apocalyptic setting. However, not in the sense of like, oh, everything is ruined and blah blah blah. It's more post-apocalyptic in the sense of like, if you've ever played Horizon Zero Dawn or Forbidden West, it is a world that is far, far, far future, but that has remnants of the past. And so, while the world has been reclaimed and new societies have popped up, in Horizon it's more tribal. In this it is more steampunky and kind of Victorian-esque. So technology is enhanced a bit by magic. But with all of that being said, it is still very post-apocalyptic. The party traveled and ended up finding themselves within Paris, France. Seeing the ruins of the Eiffel Tower, one of the actual party members, a small, tiny, radioactive purple rat, known as Radioactive Purple Rat Baby, that is their name, who is only capable of speaking to one of the party members, for reasons unknown as of right now. This radioactive purple rat has been alive for a long, long time and used to live in Paris. And so they're home now. but they found some ruins that looked a bit out of place, built on top of more recently. Um, Within the last couple thousand years, the architecture was much different. They checked it out, found the ruins of a massive Titan sword, you could say, next to this silo, with the missile still inside. They're completely unsure if it's still operable, but they found a door and traveled their way inside, and we ended last session with them seeing an elf, which some of the history they're starting to unravel is that at one point in time, there was a war between elves and humans that ended with the humans losing and elves winning. Um, and at that point, things happened, world ending stuff happened, and that led to the universe, the timeline we live in today, in the world of Iadithis, a world where they forgot about Earth, they forgot about the old world, except the remnants that were left behind by the cataclysmic event that happened, the Great Cleanse, as some have deemed it, and now they're just kind of piecing together the remnants of the old. This campaign is a work of love of mine. It is something I'm quite proud of, but I do sincerely hope that you all love it as much as I do. I want to start doing a more, kind of like I did very briefly here, doing recaps, talking about the events. I kind of want to start doing that with some of the episodes, just because it's a lot. A lot's happened. I think what I might do is I might start doing that maybe on Tuesdays. Again, this is not a commitment. I'm not committing to this, but it's an idea. That maybe on Tuesdays, I'll sit down for a couple hours and I'll go over a few sessions. It won't be like every session I do one of these, but maybe every 5 sessions. Because right now the last one was episode 5. So maybe every 5 sessions I do a talk back, a fireside chat, if you will, going over the events of the last 5 sessions in order, and just kind of talking about what's happened, my take on events. Maybe I'll even get some of the players involved, so they can kind of talk about some of their feelings. Similar to how Critical Role had Talks Machina. I don't know if they still do that, but they had a similar thing like that. I think it'd be a fun little thing to do. Me and the players just sit down, and rather than it being DM and player, it's just us as people just kind of talking about what we liked, what we disliked, our hopes. I mean, because I can definitely tell you in this last session, I had a puzzle set up that they had the key for. They even hinted at having the key for and said that they knew they did. However, then one of the players came up with a really creative solution. It was a homebrew spell. However, I looked at it and was like, this fits with the setting. And they had actually taken some time to, like, in game, to mess with one of the items kind of behind some of the other players' back, just kind of messing with it, and did some stuff, and then were able to utilize that time, the time they'd put into it, the work they'd put into it, and some creativity utilizing that to circumvent one of my puzzles, which I genuinely was shocked by, but was pleasantly shocked by. It wasn't a, oh my god, but it was more of like a, oh my god, that was kind of cool and really clever. So that's kind of the thing that I liked. But I want to do that. I think maybe we'll make that a Tuesday thing. Tuesday is a weird day, but it's about like almost middle of the week, and it's kind of that point where I think it's okay to do that. But anyway, I could sit here and talk all day long. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is say thank you all for stopping by the Quiet Kenku. I have been your not so humble host and dungeon master, Quiet D20. Still trying to think of an outro. We'll try this one, okay? Hear me out. We'll try this one. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, afternoon, morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you reside. But wherever you reside, there will always be a seat for you at the Quiet Kenku. Good night.